Today is the 21st of the month of Teves. We are in the middle of chapter 45, discussing the laws of Zimun. If you have three men or more who join together, they're benching, doing Birchas Hamazon at the same time, they eat the meal together, then they bench, they do Birchas Hamazon together as well. Today we'll be doing paragraph 3 through paragraph 8. Paragraph 3. So you have three men that eat the meal together, they're now making the Zimun, they're benching, doing Birchas Hamazon together, and they decide to do it over a cup of wine. That cup of wine is supposed to be specifically poured for the Zimun, for Birchas Hamazon. And therefore, they shouldn't just use a cup of leftover wine. That if they had wine by the table, they have some wine left over, they shouldn't use that. Even if they fill the wine up to the top, they refill the glass, the whole glass should be poured for it. So they should take a new cup of wine. If they have no other wine left, and all they have is some wine left in the glass, and they want to do it over wine, then they could do it over the wine that they have left over in the glass. Paragraph 4. The cup that you're using to hold the wine, it should be a cup that doesn't have any cracks or nicks in it. You pour from the bottle into the cup, and then in order to show that he's excited to this mitzvah, the one who's leading the group, he should pick up this cup with both hands. But then he transfers it to only his right hand. If he would spend the whole time holding it with both hands together, it might look like it's heavy, it's a burden for him to hold it, and therefore that wouldn't be too appropriate either. Therefore he's supposed to put it into one hand, and in Judaism we always choose the right over the left, because the right symbolizes God's mercy and compassion, as opposed to the left, which symbolizes strict justice. This is true even of a lefty. A lefty as well holds the cup in his right hand. And you have to hold the cup up for the beginning part of benching, like we're going to see. You're not supposed to have it resting your hand resting on the table. You're supposed to actually be holding in the air approximately one tefach, one hand's breadth above the table. Paragraph 5. If there's a Kohen, a priest at the meal, then there's a mitzvah to give the Kohen the honor of leading the Zimun. Unlike by making brachas on the Torah, being called out to make a blessing on the Torah, there also we give the first aliyah, the first one, to Kohen, and there the Kohen is not allowed to waive the honor. He has to accept it. He could leave the room before they start Torah reading, but if he's there, he gets that aliyah. Even if he says I don't want it, he still has to take it. However, here with benching, with leading the Zimun, the Kohen could say, nope, I don't want it. Thank you for honoring me, but let somebody else do it instead. In that case, if the Kohen waives the honor, or if there's no Kohen there, then it's appropriate that a prominent person is the one that leads the Zimun. But the one whose table it's at, the leader of the meal, could definitely honor whoever he'd like with this, with this honor of leading the Zimun. In chapter 6, the Kitzur Shulchan Aruch goes through the formula line by line, what the leader says, what everybody answers, but just follow whatever it is in the prayer book, and so we're not going to go through the specifics over here. Paragraph 7. It's appropriate that the one leading the Zimun, he recites benching out loud, Birchas Hamazon out loud, and everyone else says along with him, but like a bit of an undertone. Nowadays, it's pretty standard practice that the first paragraph will say out loud, and the rest everybody will say together, and at least that should be done. If he's able to do the whole benching out loud, the whole Birchas Hamazon, great, but at the very least, the first paragraph he should do a little bit louder than everybody else. Paragraph 8. When you finish benching, finish Birchas Hamazon, then the one who's leading the Zimun makes a blessing on this cup of wine. Baruch atah Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam borei pri hagafen. Blessed you Hashem, God who created the fruit of the vine, who created wine. And then he takes a drink, at least a revius amount. A revius is approximately 3 to 5 fluid ounces. He has to make sure to drink at least a revius. Now this cup of wine is considered in Hebrew called a kos shel bracha. It's a cup of blessing. Besides making blessing on it, it also brings blessing to those who drink from it. So it's very common for other people to join in and also drink a little bit of this wine. This concludes today's episode. Have a wonderful day and see you tomorrow.